On this Charge Overland adventure, I see if my Rivian can keep up on a last-minute 3-day trip with a couple built-out Jeeps. I cover over 1,000 miles and use Rivian chargers for almost the entire journey. We camp at a few amazing spots, explore some off-road trails, and even see some local wildlife along the way. Stay tuned. 7 a.m. on Friday. We are pretty much at 100% charge, and our first stop is plugged in. The Inyokern charger will be there in just about 3 hours. Let's get moving. We are at 40% battery, and there are the stats for the first leg of this trip. What's up, everyone? I'm at the Inyokern Rivian charging station in California. I was actually just here last weekend for a quick little one-night trip in Trona, and I wasn't necessarily planning on going anywhere this weekend, but a guy I've been following on YouTube for quite a few years, Justin McBride, just reached out to me Wednesday and asked if I wanted to meet up near Reno, Lake Tahoe area for a quick camping trip this weekend. And of course I said yes, super stoked. So I am on the road again this weekend, making my way up to that area. So this will be the first charging stop on this drive. I'll be taking Highway 395 basically all the way up to Truckee, California, which is right near Lake Tahoe. And the great thing about this drive is it's all Rivian chargers all the way up. There's one here in Inyokern. This is my first stop. And then from here, I'm gonna do Bishop, California as the next stop. And then it'll be a little longer haul from there to Truckee, but should be using Rivian chargers the whole way basically for this trip, which will be really cool. So gonna get finished charging here, and I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. Alright, we're in Bishop, 30% charge, and our stats for the last section, which was Inyokern to Bishop. Let's start charging. Speed is pretty good here, showing 174 kilowatts. This is going to be the longest charging stop today, just because the drive from Bishop here to Truckee is a little over 200 miles. It's going to be probably about 4.5 hours of driving. And then we will reach the Rivian charger in Truckee, and from there meet up with Justin and find a place to camp. Just finished up charging here, got some groceries, went to this epic bakery just down the street here from the charging station. So I got something good for us to share for breakfast tomorrow. And we're charged up to 99%, making the final leg up to Truckee, starting right now. Alright, just arrived in Truckee, California. The drive from Bishop was really smooth actually. Got here with quite a bit more charge than I was expecting, which is always good. So just topping off on charge right now, and then Justin should be arriving here really shortly. We're gonna go on Onyx off-road, kind of search the area and find a spot to camp for tonight. And then tomorrow we're meeting up at a different location with another guy. We're gonna explore this trail that I have not been on yet, so that'll be really fun. And yeah, got a lot of cool things planned for the weekend, so really excited to get this adventure started. All right, we are charged up to 95%. About to head out, grab some food and camp. So we are headed south. We camped just north of Truckee last night in a really beautiful spot, actually. Found it last minute. We were at dinner, opened up the Onyx app, and just found something nearby that looked promising, and it worked out really well. Today we're driving about an hour and a half south to Gardnerville, Nevada, and we're gonna meet up with Greg from Trail Newbie, and he's gonna show us a trail he's been on before. He said it's moderately challenging and there's lots of cool camping along the way. So not sure what to expect. Definitely very excited to explore a new area. And this trip has been really unique for me. So generally I plan my charging stops, my routes, and haven't really been able to do that on this trip. I'm out with two guys who are driving Jeeps, which is awesome, but don't want to slow them down with charging stops on the Rivian, and so I'm trying to just go with the flow here. I charged last night in Truckee, and I'm gonna try to go the whole weekend without charging again. I think the Rivian's up for it, but this will be a fun challenge to see if this Rivian can keep up with a couple guys in Jeeps for the weekend. All right, just got to the trailhead at 65% charge. The trail itself I've got downloaded on X, and it's actually rated a 7 out of 10, so things could get pretty interesting today. We will see, but gonna get the tires aired down and get moving pretty soon here. All right, just aired down the tires here. We're about to get started on trail. We got Greg from Trail Newbie.
Yes.
He's gonna show us the way on this trail. Haven't been here before, so should be fun to explore somewhere new.
Yeah, it's a fun spot. You know, I think what we wanted is kind of like low key, not like off-roading for 6 hours and then we're exhausted. Like, get to a good spot, hang out, do some filming, cook some good food, etc. So that's what I hope to show you here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then Justin's over here getting the drone ready.
Just trying to learn it.
A brand new drone.
It's little.
What is this guy?
It's the Hover X1.
It's a cool little drone he's about to launch here. It's pretty windy out. You think it'll work well?
I have no idea.
We're about to find out.
straightforward. Nothing to be overly concerned about, but just keep an eye on it.
Just getting set up at camp here. We just got the truck level and we are at 62% battery. About to just hang out and get some food. This campsite is for sure going to go on my list of favorite go-to spots. It was so nice to be set up in a valley next to flowing water, and we spent some time just soaking up the views before we got started on dinner. All right, we were just finishing up dinner, hanging out at camp, and spotted some lightning off in the distance. Two guys are behind me. Can't see them because it's dark, but we're trying to get a time lapse. Justin's using his awesome camera, so I think he's getting some really cool shots here, but pretty awesome. We can actually see the Milky Way right now and see some lightning off in the distance. So we'll see how this comes out. All right, Justin said there's something cool over here to check out. You got a sweet piece of gear for us to look at?
Yeah, it's really unique. I mean, I'm pretty sure if it bites you, it gives you power.
Oh, we're not going to his truck.
Here it is. It's my new camp buddy.
Look at that.
As we were packing up camp, we decided we would take a different section of trail to get out of this area. Now, I still had plenty of range left on the Rivian, but I wasn't sure what to expect in terms of the terrain and difficulty of the trail, and it ended up being quite a bit different than what we came in on. As I was flying my drone to set up one of the next shots, Justin got on the radio and called out a bear just ahead of us on the trail. We gave him some time to get away from us and actually cross the river, captured a few pretty cool shots, and then we were on our way. All right, working our way out of this trail, a little more challenging than the one we came in on, that's for sure. So, got a little rocky section coming up here. I'm gonna give the camera to Greg, let him film me, and we're gonna get up this little rocky staircase looking section. Should be fun.
All right, Steven, how did that one make you feel?
It was fun, actually. Had a little moment of stuckness there, but we worked through it. Did really well. It was fun. All right, we just finished out the trail. The last portion this morning definitely had somewhat technical sections to it, quite narrow in some areas, but it was really fun. Justin, the guy with this red Gladiator behind me, is running 37s on his truck, and Greg's got 35s on his white Wrangler. So the Rivian kept up, didn't have any issues. I'm super impressed. I think they were really impressed with the truck too. And getting out of here, I'll check in just a second, but I think we're at 52% battery. So haven't charged since Friday in Truckee, so it's been 2 days. And could easily reverse the route that we just did and still have enough battery. So really, really impressed with how the Rivian did, and gonna get the tires aired back up here and start the long drive back home. We're airing up. Almost done. There's one last order of business here.
Yeah, so we need to celebrate. I think that calls for celebratory cake.
Do you have cake?
I've got cake.
This guy, everything. Was the Rivian baking the cake?
Yeah, it's got an oven in there, and it baked the cake as we were driving.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know how it.
Yes.
You know what this is for?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I've already got it out.
Excellent.
So we've got half of it left, and there's 3 of us. So
No.
into thirds.
No, just like a little, like a sliver that we can just cheers it with, you know?
All right, you guys.
Too small.
Yeah.
All right, just finished airing up. Got to give Justin a fist pump because thanks for inviting me out, dude.
Yeah, dude.
This trip was a blast. Yeah, had a lot of fun, man. Thanks for the invite.
Keep impressing me with this thing. I'm impressed.
That's the plan. All right, rad man. Safe travels.
Okay. Drive safe, everybody.
We got Greg from Trail Newbie.
Yes, indeed.
Dude, it's been rad hanging out with you, man.
You too, brother.
So good to be out on the trail, to meet you. Got to get out soon.
Yep. There goes Justin. Yeah.
All right.
we'll get back out soon. You're in SoCal, I'm in Central California. You know, I'm sure we'll find a way.
For sure. All right, guys, we're gonna get driving. We're at 53% battery here. And as I mentioned, I didn't do any route planning or charging stop planning for this trip. It's been very go with the flow with these guys, just doing whatever they wanted to do. So the last time I charged was up here at this Rivian charger in Truckee, and that was 2 days ago on Friday. So definitely covered some ground since then. Looks like there's a fast charger south of here. I'm not sure how many miles away that is though. Let's check. Drum roll. All right, it's only 53 miles away, so shouldn't have any issues working my way south and getting to a charging station. I'm really impressed to have done this weekend, not had to worry about my range at all, and just gone out and had fun. Just got to Bridgeport, got 37% charge. We are going to get charged up here and just organize the truck a little bit. All right, we're charging here, getting 156 kilowatts on a 150 kilowatt charger, which is good, but I started at that 350 kilowatt charger to the right of this other Rivian actually, and that charger was not working. So had to bump over to this 150. Looks like it's working. It's gonna be a little slower, but that's okay. All right, definitely the longest haul of this drive back here. Got about 218 miles to cover. We're gonna skip Bishop, don't need to charge there, and go straight to Inyokern. And right now we're showing 39 miles on arrival. So let's get moving. Getting hungry and just saw this pull out, and the view is incredible. So I just made myself a little sandwich. Gonna sit down on the gear tunnel door and just kind of soak up the view for a few minutes here. All right, thought I was gonna hang out here for a few minutes, but just saw some lightning a little off in the distance, and I'm up on the top of a hill here, so probably not the smartest thing to hang out. So gonna get back in the truck, and I'll let the camera roll for a few minutes, just because this view is incredible, but I'm gonna sit in the truck for right now. All right, just got home. There are the final trip stats. Covered over 1,000 miles this weekend. And that is from the previous stop in Inyokern. Time to unload this truck and go to bed.
Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Justin B. McBride, and today we're talking about a Rivian.
Yes.
There you go.
Did I get it right?
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Is this
you
my
nailed
channel?
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
belong here. See you guys.
Google Maps is taking me on a little hike here to get to the grocery store. It's windy out here. All right, we just rolled into camp, and the Rivian is leveling right now, but Justin is convinced, we bet in and out on this, that it's not gonna work.
I'm feeling a little faithless right now.
We got one camera here, another one over here, so let's hope it works, because if it doesn't, then we have a lot of footage that it didn't work.
Very documented.
Fingers crossed. Well, the truck is level, but I did have to move it to a different spot. Lost my bet to Justin that it was gonna level itself in the last location, but got it leveled here, and this camp spot is pretty amazing. Dude on the rock there, hanging out with us.